If everyone's ready, let's call this meeting to order. Our first order of business, I assume you all have read the minutes. Is there a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting?
There's one change, or I think it says outdoor tanks. It was actually underground tanks. Second page, middle. Do you see that?
I'll make a note to change that, so, to the minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Is there a motion to approve the minutes as amended?
I make a motion.
Second. Thank you.
So the motion was by Linda, second by Jesse?
Jesse.
Okay, just want to make sure it was hard to hear.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, is there any old business to present at this time? If not, let's get on to new business. We have a request for a variance for Kroger to have 2 additional informational double-sided signs where the checklist pickup area will be. The property is located at 200 Skywatch Drive, Danville, and is zoned HC and GRB. The owner applicant is the Kroger Company. Would you state your name and that you are willing to tell the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir. My name is Harvey Johnson. I'm with the Roberts Group, and I'm representing Kroger's today.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Well, I guess you've looked over what our request is. We're just looking at putting in our larger signs so there's more of a visual directional from the main traffic flow, since we are in the back of the building and away from it, some distance away from the traffic flow.
From what I see, it's going to be on the east side, completely behind the existing parking lot.
That's correct.
Will the signs be at the beginning of this east side drive?
It's going to be in the click list area itself.
On back on the east
On the back there, yes. Yes, sir.
And there's an existing wall east of that parking area, right?
Existing what?
Wall.
Yes.
Yes, uh-huh.
Okay.
Do the drawings, Harvey, or Mr. Johnson, do they clearly indicate the location of the sign so they can refer to their packets?
Yes. Yes, they do.
Okay. On the enlarged site plan, you might just want to describe where the signs are. This page is showing that specific area where the click list area is going to be on that blow up.
Yes, we're going to have the signs in question. There's an existing light pole in the very back portion of it. We'll have signage there that's above everything, so they visually can see that from the front of the store.
Does the pole already exist?
Yes, yes,
And you're just putting sandwich signs on the pole?
that's correct, yes. And then we have another one in front of the click list, another location that's a standalone. So once they get closer to it, they'll still be able to visually.
And does that pole already exist?
The light pole does, but not the other one that I'm talking about.
Okay.
They'll be placed right in the click list area.
Okay.
And I think, if I can add, I think what Dr. Ross is maybe asking too, and I'd like to know that, because you come in, like, you can come in up from the top of that hill, down next to that retaining wall. Is there any directional signage that you're proposing so that people know to turn right as soon as you get to the bottom of that retaining wall?
We haven't proposed any. No, this is just their standard formula for that click list area.
But this is kind, I mean, it's kind of hidden behind the side of the building, and
on the
it's
east
really
side.
not visible. So I just wondered if,
Your first sign, will it be basically at the end of that ramp to the right if you're coming over the ramp?
No, it'll be in the click list area itself.
On back?
On the back, yeah, the back side, yes, sir.
Okay.
I just want to make sure you're proposing these two signs, because generally what happens is, once we approve these and they're not enough, or if the board seems that they're, you know, if they're appropriate today and they do approve them, other signs will appear, because I don't necessarily think it's enough information for customers to get used to that. But I just want to be realistic. Is this it? And if this is it, then we are able to enforce on all the other informational signs that may show up.
When you come over the ramp, or come in from the front and come up to the right east side of the store, will you be able to see those signs from the bottom of the ramp?
Oh, yes, 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 you'll see those.
Okay, so somebody coming in wouldn't have any trouble seeing
And that's, yeah, that's the purpose of
where
them.
to go to.
That's correct.
I have a question. So you, just to clarify, you are asking for two signs,
Yes, two double-sided
two
signs.
sandwich signs or
Yes,
double-side
that's
signs.
correct.
And they are going to be attached to the, that one over, you're putting a roof over that, aren't you? Is that a roof?
No,
or
there's
not?
no canopy on this.
No canopy on that one?
No.
Okay, Brandon Crossing has the canopy on
Right,
theirs.
they've started, and then they found out that it was,
Not necessarily?
yeah, no.
I haven't noticed it lately. Now, they're going to be, you're asking for 3 foot by 4 foot, so you can see those from the other side of the highway. There
Yes,
shouldn't be any problem at all seeing those.
right, that's the purpose of the size of the sign.
Now, they're going to be elevated, I think, 1 foot off the ground,
8 feet.
8 feet off the ground?
Yeah.
The way I read it.
Is it 8 feet off the ground?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
I'm glad you clarified that, because I read that wrong, obviously.
Well, and
Here-
see, they'll be 4 feet. The top of the sign will actually be 12 feet off the ground.
yes.
Okay. So, good. On that, the traffic flow, is that going to come beside the building through the,
It'll be on the building side, yes.
no,
And then it goes,
that's what I'm asking. You're going to be able to enter that, the slots from either side? Or is
no,
there a
no, it's
drive-
going to be a one-way.
One way?
Yes, on the
Okay.
building side, it'll
Good.
be a one-way going
Yes.
through,
Okay.
and then recirculating back.
It confused me because the way they're columned up here.
Oh, yes. That's where the directional signage comes in.
Okay.
Well, and I also wanted to point out, this did go through our technical review meeting, which is generally, that's planning commission member representatives and consultants and applicants. At that meeting, it was brought up the fact that with that hill being located there where you're coming in and the entrance to this click list area, some concerns about accessibility, safety at the bottom of that hill and making that turn to the right. So I think, and Harvey, you may want to explain that specifically. What are the, on the overall site plan, it's a little smaller scale what you have, so it's a little more difficult to read. But I noticed you've added a stop area for the exit. What other changes have you, are you proposing any new stop signs, or what are your changes to the flow and accessibility to improve the safety?
Well, we've indicated more painted pavement stop locations. And there is another, at the other end of the store, there was a stop sign that the signage had actually worn off. The text is worn off. We're asking for them to be replaced.
So you're talking about just the sign on the pavement, you're not gonna add any upright stop signs?
Well, we couldn't see an area that we could actually put one in there. I mean, we could put a bollard. Kroger does have a bollard with a sign attached to it, stop sign.
Okay, just, you know, it does snow, and when there's snow or there's anything covering that up, you won't be able to read it. I mean, that's why generally handicap spaces are required to be upright signs as well, so that you can read those at all times. So I just wonder, I mean, if it is a safety issue that you have an upright sign as well, if it's required for that safety.
Now, we talking about the traffic flow in front of the building, coming down that ramp?
As I recall, there were some, you know, the concern was vehicles coming down that hill not realizing that there would be, you know, sharp turns, right turns in, and then the flow of traffic coming out of that click list area. I mean, I don't know what they anticipated customer pickup would be in a day's time at that, you know, on the side of the store. Do you know what they would estimate the click list customer load would be for that?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that.
Yeah.
We just try to get the circulation pattern, the signage, the directional location indication where the sign location is for them to go towards it, and then once they're there, there's additional signage which directs them through the queue of the pickup area, and then from there they exit back into the traffic circulation flow.
Okay, but I'm guessing from the result of the conversation at technical review, you're proposing, and like I said, I'm just trying to understand that and clarify. You're proposing one new stop. Is that correct with your plan?
I think we just had the repainted.
Oh, so you're not proposing any new stop signs at all?
Well, there's really no place that we could put one safely.
Okay.
We were looking at, it was just, it was concerning. We would like to put a stop sign, but we couldn't very justify putting something there that we thought was going to create some kind of safety concerns.
Okay, that's all. Thank you. I just wanted to clarify that you were making changes, but you're indicating that you didn't make any changes to the traffic patterns or
No.
stops. Okay.
No,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
This is just one way in and back out. There's no, you can't go behind the store and around or anything like that.
No, it's just all straight, one way.
Okay. Would anybody like to make a motion one way or the other?
I'll make a motion, whereas this seems to be a benefit to Kroger and its customers, and it does not seem to create an eyesore for neighbors. I've seen no objections, and they assert it's not a problem to neighbors. Based on the finding of the facts, I propose that we accept the proposal.
Is there a second to this?
Could we add to the motion that basically what this board is doing is granting a variance to this? We kind of view this as an exempt sign since it's directional in nature. Under 13.3 sub E of the ordinance, you can have those kind of says you can have those kind of signs, except they're just limited to 2 square feet. So, and these are 3 by 4?
3 by 4 foot.
Yes, sir.
So, if we could modify the motion just to reference that section, that you're granting a variance for the size.
I agree with that. And we're saying that there's 2 signs that are double-sided.
2 double signs, yes.
Right.
Okay.
Are you seconding this
I
motion?
second that with the addition to the motion. Yes, I
Okay.
do.
Everybody in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.